Hey, NBC4, it's Heather Brooker, and I'm here with director Catherine Hardwicke. We are in your lovely home here. Thank you so much for inviting me to come by.
Yeah, thank you for coming over, man. Love to have people in Venice, Dogtown.
Yeah, it is Dogtown. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. I want to, first of all, let's talk about your latest project, which is Miss Bala. Stars Gina Rodriguez, and I have to tell you, I told you this earlier, but I could not stop watching it. I was fully engrossed from the very beginning. Tell me a little bit about the film and the process to make it.
Well, it was a lot of fun because we filmed it all in Tijuana, Mexico, and that was an incredibly vibrant city, like a border town with just all kinds of explosions of art, new architecture, music, awesome food trucks and everything. So we try to really show another side of Mexico that we don't see that often, which has a lot of vitality and energy. And then it also has the dangerous elements. Of course, border towns have drugs and, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Gina Rodriguez goes over there to visit her friend. She hung out there as a child too, and she's suddenly thrown into this, captured basically and kidnapped into like a crime cartel. But it happens to be run by a young guy that's creating his own sort of new crime organization, and he happens to be really interesting, fascinating, and super hot.
Super hot. I did say that earlier. I have to admit that I did say that. Who is the actor that plays this man?
His name is Ismael Cruz-Cordova. He's Puerto Rican, and he's quite amazing, very soulful, but also great cheekbones and super sexy.
Great cheekbones are what's important. It's true. They have a chemistry there that draws them together where he's the bad guy, but you kind of start to feel for him at some point. Tell me what drew you to this story, because this was a story that had been done many years before, a similar type of story, but this is more of not a remake, but maybe a retelling.
Right, because actually in the original film that was made in Mexico, Spanish language film, the actress, the protagonist, is very passive. The Gina Rodriguez character really doesn't do anything to stand up for herself. She doesn't fight back or anything. And in our case, Gina, she doesn't take, she's smart. She's trying to strategize. How do I get out of this? Save myself, save my friend, do the least damage, save my friend's little brother, all this stuff. So she's always trying to be two steps ahead, thinking about it.
I had tweeted out and I posted it on my Facebook page that I was coming here to interview you today, and talked about the major accomplishments that you've had in your career, and specifically with Twilight. And since it's been just over 10 years since Twilight came out. And I would love to know, especially in the past couple of years, if you have seen any changes happening in the industry for women in film.
Yes, we have. I mean, it's exciting that finally there's been this spotlight shined on the fact that there aren't very many women, there are not very many people of color directing films, and people actually seem to care and are making some kind of an effort in television and film. I mean, I get the DGA calendar every month. I get the all the reports, and they're slow progress, but it's progress. So I'm excited that for example, Miss Bala, they called me to direct a movie with Latina as the lead. I mean, that's cool. Not that many studios have projects like that. So yay, Sony, that's awesome. But I want to say one thing about Twilight. That table right behind us is where Rob Pattenson and Kristen Stewart met for the first time.
What?
Yes, we did the chemistry reads between the two of them right here in this house, and they sat down at that table and they did the scene in the chemistry lab, in the science lab, right there, and they auditioned there.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
That's kind of fun. And this room right here is where Ismael Cruz-Cordova and Gina Rodriguez did their chemistry reads too.
Well, I think that's wonderful. I would love to know then, do you feel like things have changed for you? I mean, you had at one point one of the highest grossing films directed by a woman ever, and that is a massive accomplishment. I know I've read over the years that you felt like there would be a much larger reception and more fanfare, and scripts would just be sort of landing on your desk.
I thought I'd have a 3-picture deal and get a free car or something.
Exactly. Do you feel like that's changing for you personally?
I think it is because, like I say, just getting to direct Miss Bala, that was awesome, and it's got big action sequences, and
great.
That was super fun. And I just did a cool pilot and an episode of This Is Us, and I think everybody, and I'm doing another neat show right now too. So I think people realize we do want to hear different voices now. We don't want to hear the same voices every day. The pale male, we've heard a lot of those voices. They're still going to keep talking, but let's mix it up and let's hear other people's stories, So, yeah.
I love it. Okay, well, I want to quickly tell everybody that Miss Bala is available now on digital. Is that right? It's already been released on digital. And then it's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD on April 30th. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to let me come into your home and to share this wonderful stories with me about Miss Bala and Twilight and the films and TV shows you worked on. This Is Us. I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to mention that as well. And thank you. I appreciate it.
Super fun. Thank you for having me. Awesome. Go see Miss Bala.
Yeah.
It's killer. Yeah.
It is killer.
It's badass.
All right, you guys, I'm going to put a link here in this post where you guys can find out more information about Miss Bala and about Catherine. And that's going to do it for us. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.